Hello, my name is Heather with eXp Realty in beautiful Comox Valley and Campbell River with your real estate market update for the month of July 2022. And I have created a presentation for you and I'll share my screen right now. Welcome to your market update. It is the mid-July right now. We finally have some beautiful sunshine. I live down at Saratoga Beach and it is absolutely fantastic to see all the people out walking their dogs and playing in the water. It is now summertime. Let's have a look at what's gone on over the last month here in Comox Valley and Campbell River. I use the stats from the Vancouver Island Real Estate Board. Now it does encompass all the way from the Cowichan Valley area straight up to and past Campbell River, Port Alberni, and Tofino. I like to look month over month so we can kind of watch what's happening. We know there's a lot of media talking about the real estate market and the drastic changes that are happening, interest rates, the government implementing new legislation and rules around selling. So, we just need to take everything with a deep breath and look at where we live, because we cannot blanket real estate and talk about the entire Canadian real estate market when we live in one particular area on Vancouver Island, which is still very popular to buyers, as well as look at what's happening with the pricing. So we are seeing a shift in the market. It is not a 20% drop in real estate prices. What we're seeing is a 20% drop in some areas with the number of sales. So that's something that needs to be clarified a little better on the news. When I'm working with people, they're thinking that prices have dropped drastically, and in some areas the prices have started to come down locally, but it all depends what you're selling. These numbers that the real estate board uses does not encompass oceanfront properties and acreages, because if they were to include those numbers, it would really skew the market either higher or lower depending how many sold that month or did not sell. So that's why they exclude them. So that's also something to keep in mind. What are you selling and where do you live? And then really look micro at that when you're thinking of putting your home on the market. Or if you're thinking of buying a home, those are really important things to look at and consider. So month over month, here we have single family detached homes, and we have active now over 1,200 listings on our board. Now that's double what it was just back in March and April. So that just means that there's now more product for buyers to look at. And it also means if you look at days on the market, it's taking longer to sell your home. So be prepared for moving at a longer date than what you had back when our market was a little bit crazy. In the condo market, the same thing is happening. We have just shy of 300 condos on the market, where there was 148 a few months ago. Townhouses, same thing. There's 222 townhomes on the market today, whereas there was only 99 a few months ago. So what we're seeing is product is doubling, and this is really a good thing because it will bring some balance to the marketplace. It will give buyers a better chance to relax, have subjects on their offers for inspections and financing, and especially if you're a first-time buyer, it's just a much better market for you to be a buyer in today. So if you are a seller, you have to be prepared that your home is going to be on the market for longer. That means keeping it clean longer. That means having more people come through your door. And that probably is not the best thing for a seller, but this is called more of a balanced market today. If we look at the benchmark pricing in the communities, we do know that there's only 2 communities where prices still went up over last month, and that was the Port Alberni and the Comox Valley area. However, the biggest change was in Cowichan Valley and Parksville. Remember, Parksville and Qualicum was up over $1 million just a few months ago, but it hasn't fallen that much. You're not even talking about 10% at this point, whereas markets like Comox Valley and Port Alberni, they've slightly gone up. So there is a shift happening. We know that. We can feel it. And we're kind of going back a few years where it took longer to sell houses. And if you were highly motivated, you needed to price your home to sell, or you needed to bring it down. And one of the things that I always tell my sellers is you don't want to be following the market down. If you want to sell, you're motivated to sell, you need to figure out the sweet spot for getting that house priced. I had a look at across Canada, such as the news is always talking in broad strokes, and they've actually said that home prices could still see a 10% increase in 2022. I'm not sure, but I don't think the entire Canada is going to see an increase, but you might have an increase in certain pockets. And that's what I'm talking about. We are very much individual communities across Canada, and that's where you need to really sit down and focus on what area you are in and what type of activity is going on. Home sales, that means the number of homes that are selling is what is going to decrease, and the number of homes coming on the market is what is going to increase. Here is a summary from June, so last month, because July's is not out yet. So you can look for Campbell River. It's basically the same number of sales month over month. Comox Valley down slightly. You have more of a drop in the Cowichan Valley, which is why you might have seen prices go down a little bit. And same with Nanaimo. Parksville Qualicum is actually up in the number of sales, but down as far as the price of the home. So maybe homes that were less expensive, more of those sold. So we don't know what skews the numbers unless you look individually for what your home is. Rising inventory is really a hopeful sign for buyers, and we've had a lack of inventory for well over a year now, close to 2 years. So it is the buyers that are finally feeling a little bit better about venturing into the market. I know that I have a number of buyers that are motivated for different reasons, and one of their big motivations is, of course, the interest rate. Now, if the rate goes up again in September, these poor buyers who have only got a rate hold for 60 days, maybe 90 days, might have to pay more in interest, which means they're going to buy less of a house. So their motivation is because there's lots of properties coming on the market. They're hoping to secure a home and be able to move in before the rates go up again. So what that means is if you're a high ratio financing, so you have less than 20% down on your purchase, then you have to approve out 2% higher. So you don't have to pay that 2%, but you have to approve out 2% higher. And that's what's causing a little bit of upset in the marketplace with buyers. Who is buying and who is selling today? Well, as far as selling goes, I have some estate properties on the market, and that means someone has passed away and they're going through probate. There's also people that are moving into assisted living now, and those properties need to go on the market. We have buyers, however, that are coming from out of area. I'm one real estate agent that's working with at least half a dozen people that do not live on the island. So they're coming in from out of country, out of province, or from the mainland. And a lot of them are first-time buyers, but I also have a mitt full of people that have sold their properties in those areas and now are actively looking to find the property in Campbell River or Comox Valley where they will be moving their family. I was thinking about the fact that some of the markets on the mainland or in Alberta are not as brisk as our market has been. So a number of people I'm working with have still not sold their home, which means they're looking here, and we're going through a lot of properties either by video or when they come over. but they're not able to purchase yet. They're not able to write an offer. Some of them are considering writing subject to sale. So we are seeing more of that right now. In fact, I just took the subject to sale course that was offered through Josh Bath. And he said in a market that shifts, when there is more homes on the market, buyers can relax a little bit and they could start writing subject to sale. So I have accepted a subject to sale offer. There's a lot of details and you need to pay very close attention to the contracts. I love taking the snapshot week over week from other months. And you can see that the new listing ratio in May over July is basically, that's not that much of a difference, really. Pending sales is down a little bit. But what the big notice on the market watch for me was price decreases. And interesting enough, when I'm doing market evaluations and I'm sending them to clients, I have to take an extra step and write out all the price decreases because you cannot see it when I send you those listings. Whereas me as the real estate agent on the matrix system, I can see all the price reductions, and that is people putting the property on the market too high. It's sitting there and their motivation has changed and they're reducing the price. So once again, everything can sell. It's just a matter of pricing it right. We're looking at the single family benchmark pricing for the Campbell River area in June, sitting at $761,800 and the Comox Valley at $911,700. You know, you can look at these numbers, but if you're selling a house that's a little rancher that's maybe 40 years old and you've got it on the market for $550,000, $600,000, these numbers don't really mean anything to you. As well as if you've got a house in, let's say, the Crown Isle area and it is $1.4 million, these numbers don't make sense to you either. So once again, these are really just benchmark pricing. It's like food in the grocery store. Your particular home could be a lot different, and that's why you need to have an individual appraisal done on your property by a real estate agent, a market evaluation. Here you are with the apartment benchmark price for the month of June. Campbell River is at $379,100 and the Comox Valley at $452,200. And you can see here that that's down just slightly over last month. I love looking at statistics, especially when we can look back month over month, and we will see what's happening throughout the summer if prices are going to keep sneaking down slightly. Townhouses, we are $580,000 in Campbell River and Comox Valley is $618,000. And so there you go. They're up slightly over last month, but just a little bit, not enough to make a big deal or a news story out of it. I have a few properties on the market that are land only, and one in fact is 18 acres on Camco Road. That's just off a Lake Trail Road and the old decommissioned logging road that's now a walking trail. This property does have power lines on it. However, there is lots of area to build 2 homes. It is a country residential zoning, so there's lots of different things you can do with this property. I also have just shy of 10 acres on Lake Trail Road. This is a beautiful property. It is $885,000. Both these properties have been perked. Both of these properties can have 2 detached homes on them or a home with a carriage house. There's multiple things that you can do with these properties. And this also is an estate sale. I have 0.67 of an acre on Coleman Road, and this is very close to Bates Beach and the ocean. It's a lovely piece of property, and it actually also is on a side road, which Ministry of Transportation said that they would welcome you making your driveway there. So this is $549,900, and yeah, it's a beautiful piece of property. I have a half duplex on the market right now at 1993 Choquette Place in Courtney for $584,000. It's had lots of renovations done to it. It has a fully fenced, cute little backyard, nice brand new IKEA kitchen. It has 3 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms, and a den. No strata fees. It is a lovely little property in a great area off of 20th Street. And I have a cute little house on the market on Henderson here at Saratoga Beach in Black Creek. And it is such a cute property with a beautiful yard. It backs onto the golf course, Saratoga Beach 9-hole golf course. And it's easy to show. If you'd like to have a look, give me a call. I would be happy to show you through that property. I have a little shout out to do, and I have some great friends, Ashley and Cameron Yee, that have their little Respect the Drip, and it is across from the Lewis Park. And I'd love you to pop in, say hi, tell Ashley that Heather sent you. And that's my market update for the month of July. I hope that you're enjoying your summer. Don't hesitate to reach out if you would like to talk about real estate. You don't have to want to sell your home if you want to know what it's worth in today's market. I know that a lot of properties are getting closer to the assessed value now, and you'll see that in the listings because they do show the assessed value. My name is Heather, eXp Realty, and have a wonderful summer. Bye now.